All right. Michelle is back. So, just want to let you know I put a series of events on Facebook. Today is Wednesday, the 29th. And what I wanted to do is do it this way, put it out on social media, since we like to gossip and spread conspiracy theories and such and manipulate and use people. Let's see what happens if someone comes forward and tell me what happened to me when I was living in Atlanta and who was poisoning me. I know who was poisoning me, but who was involved in the poisoning. And because it was a plot, all right, it was obvious. And I have a lot more details that I will hold on to my chest. And I want to see what type of response because I know this was a long time ago. This was in 2002. But I'm telling you, I didn't realize that I was having memory loss about that period until um, stuff started happening to me, and starting in October. Yeah, I think it was October when I started talking on Facebook in this particular group, and then shit just started happening. And and then before I know it, I was in some whirlpool or some fucking vortex or something. But look, like I said, I don't put my feelings in a lot of stuff. So because I don't put my feelings in a lot of things, it really doesn't affect me as much as it would someone else who are always in their feelings. Because see, I could have became violent if I wanted to, but like I said, I don't attach my experiences to my feelings like that. But at the same time, I wanted to know what happened because I'm like I said, I lost memory. I can remember when I was a child. Now, how in the world can I remember when I was a child? I remember where I was everywhere else except that period in Atlanta. And I told you when I got back to after I left Atlanta, after I failed, because I failed in Atlanta. And I contribute to it as well. Because like I said, I was getting senses and warning signs that this stuff was going to be happening to me, but I just didn't pay. I just ignored it, and it wasn't until I got back to my hometown where, like I told you, my skin just broke out in scales and craters all over my face. I used to have pictures of that, but like I said, a lot of that stuff got lost when I started moving around again. But I had craters in my face. That's how I knew I was poisoned, and so it made sense. Like I said, I contributed because I ignored my senses. But at the same time, let's see if someone comes forward, because I know that if it happened to me, it had to happen to several other people, and someone probably have lost their life because of this scheme. Okay, so that's why I feel obligated to come forward and say something, because I'm not afraid, but I don't want to go back to ATL until this person is talked to at least. Well, no, let's see if someone comes forward to talk and say what happened, because otherwise it'll be my word against hers. I can say so. I can pull her daughter in it, but that her daughter was way too young to know what the hell was going on, and that wouldn't be fair to the daughter either. So let's just see if adults will come forward who were in this plot, because it's you're complicit. You're complicit one way or another. You're going, so if you don't have a problem with that on your conscience, fine. I don't have a problem either. But I feel better that I'm releasing it and getting it out there. And if, like I said, if somebody has lost a loved one over this bullshit, I mean, wouldn't you want to know why and what happened? This is the same thing about the Atlanta child murderers. The same concept. The same. Wouldn't you want to know exactly who did that? Atlanta child murderers. All right. So there's a similar situation that happened with me in Atlanta, and I'm sure others. So, and I know people talk, and I told you when I was in Atlanta that there was a negative crowd, a negative energy around Atlanta when I was there too. Okay, so and like I said, it's a dangerous city, and it was a dangerous city when I left. Now I doubt it has improved. I really do, but that's fine. But it still thrives and progress as well. You're gonna have both of that in every major city like that: Atlanta, LA, Miami, New York. It's all there. A lot of people want to put their heads in the sand and say no, all that shit don't exist. Well, come on. You got to stop that. You got to stop lying to people, because it's affecting young people and descendants. When you lie and say that there's no nefarious situations going on in these big cities. I know that it is, but I let people paint the illusion. Let them paint the illusion. And like I said, I know how to be counter and creative to eventually get the truth out of people, not without having to be in their face and presence. So, okay. So anyway, that's what that's for. Let's see if someone notices it and have the conscience to come forward and tell us and tell me and tell the world what happened during those periods in Atlanta. So peace and love, everybody. And if you don't feel safe, one thing, okay, if you don't feel safe, I don't know. You gotta work that out about how if you don't feel safe about coming forward. I don't know why you would not. This was 20 years ago, at least. But you need to consider how you can safely disclose all this information and protect yourself. Because that's the same thing. Because like I said, we have these issues with snitches and informants and perpetrators and infiltrators and this and that and the other. And that all that kind of stuff needs to be exposed. All right, because that's what's destroying cultures, whether it's a black culture, white culture, Latino culture, Asian cultures, or being destroyed and eroded because of all this backstory shit going on. And that's why I said there's always a backstory, always. So I hope that gets the conversation going, and people start thinking about, that there's something that I can remember about those events. And then that way we can bring some closure to some family members. Because I can guarantee there were victims in this. I can guarantee it. Just like the Atlanta child murderers. There were more than what was reported. And people ought to think about it and know that that's the truth. Okay? So, peace and love. I'm not going to stop talking because I'm protecting people. I'm defending people. And I'm loving people. And it's universal love. Okay? Peace and love.